Hey everybody, and welcome to the solutions video for the notebook Miscellaneous Subset Selection. Alright, so this is just a single exercise and it requires that we use the bikes data frame, so I'm going to go ahead and read it in here. So let's read through the problem. It says use the query method to select trip durations between 5,000 and 10,000 when it was partly cloudy or mostly cloudy. Then create a set to contain the possible events and assign it to a some variable name, and then reference this variable within the query string. Okay, and then we're going to redo this entire operation using Boolean selection. Okay, so let's create this set number one. We can just use a variable name called events, and then I'm going to create this set that contains these two strings, partly cloudy, and then we can have mostly cloudy. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and execute that cell right there. And then we're going to use the query method and write our nice, plain English query, which is fairly easy to read. We're going to say the trip duration column. So we're going to say it's between 5,000 and 10,000. So you can actually write it like this. You can put it inside. You can wrap it around, two less than signs. So they'll say trip duration is between 5,000 and 10,000. All right. So let's just run this part of the query first, just to make sure that everything looks okay. So we look over here. Trip duration looks like it's between 5,000 and 10,000. So that looks like it's working out well. Now we need to, we need to make the other part of the query work, which is only have events that are partly cloudy or mostly cloudy. So we can do this by using an AND statement, and then we'll say the events column is in this events set. So we have to reference the the variable name with an ampersand if we're going to use query. So this events is referring to the events column. This events, since it's preceded directly by this at symbol, will reference this variable over here, which is referencing a set of these two strings. So this should we can see there's actually two examples right here. So hopefully these two examples will make it back if we spelled everything right. And let's go look over here, and so there they are again. So partly cloudy and mostly cloudy. So everything over here needs to be partly cloudy or mostly cloudy. And then if we look at the trip duration, it better be between 5,000 and 10,000. Okay, so that's how you do this with query like this. It's kind of a cool way to do it. Now, we can also do this with Boolean selection. So let's go ahead and do that. So this will be a little bit more work. So say trip duration, and we can just go ahead and use the between method since we have already used that. So we'll call this our filt1, and then filt2, we're going to say that the events column is in, we'll just use this setup here that we already used for the query method. No reason to create another one. So you can pass it a set or any sequence, and it should work. So we want both of these to be true. We want it to be between 5,000 and 10,000, and we want both of these to be true. So we're going to use an ampersand to use an AND condition. So we're saying AND filt1 and filt2, and then we'll just simply pass this on into the brackets to do the actual filtering. Oh, not movie. So it's bikes. All right. All right, great. So everything looks good there. The only difference here is that actually this will include 5,000 and 10,000. So there is a parameter called inclusive, and you can make this false. So it won't include so it'll be strictly between 5,000 and 10,000. So that way these two queries will be actually the exact same at this point. But by default, it is inclusive of the endpoints. Okay, so that shows you the difference between the two methods. This can be done in one line, or I guess two lines if considering we had to create a set for the events. Yeah, it just shows you the difference between the two. and between Boolean selection and the query method. All right, so that completes the exercises for miscellaneous subset selection.